one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Bitcoin crypto asset. Which one's the best one? 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 What's the second best?
There is no second best. What is up, Discover Crypto fam? We are live late this evening here, of course, going to be covering everything happening, not only in the Middle East, but how this is going to affect your altcoin portfolios. Are we going to open up some new trades tonight? Last night, guys, we made roughly $5,000 live streaming this. Now, of course, yes, guys, World War III is breaking out, and we're out here gambling at the craps table, but ultimately, we need to be prepared for whatever happens. If this war does decide, or this conflict decides to escalate into something that would be more or less a war, we need to be prepared for everything that is about to happen. Now, we got a lot of news to break down. There's a lot going on. Of course, Tel Aviv was just hit hours ago with many different hypersonic missiles actually hitting Tel Aviv directly. But as you can see on the chart action, guys, while there is war in the Middle East, Bitcoin recovering quite a bit after last night. Now, I am worried that we are setting up a bit of a bear flag here. So in today's live stream, we're going to be discussing, should you sell your Bitcoin? Should you sell your crypto? Is alt season completely canceled? Because I feel like every time Ethereum is about to break out, man, a truck just comes out and prevents us from prevailing here, guys. So welcome in. It's good to see everybody here. I see Weapony coming in, Fitness here with the chat saying, I'm not selling Jack. Well, honestly, brother, I am right there beside you here. Chemistry, bro, it's good to see you as well. Guys, as you guys come in, hit that like button, hit that repost button. And yeah, we'll be live trading today. We got the account set up here. So as we just watch the breakdown of what's going on, we have our chart set up, ready to go. We're looking at the order blocks. Got a nice big selling block at about $105,550. Looking at Solana, which is my target here. We're going to be looking at really $1 or $148 to hopefully actually open up maybe a short here on the lower time frame. We could see those liquidations starting to stack up here. That order block again stacking up above us here. So we are ready to hop in here when we need to. Now, looking through, of course, Twitter here or X, you got a lot of updates today, guys. Alt season is coming here for Mr. Crypto. All of our bags will pump hard. This will be the biggest cycle of the year. Ignore the noise. You know, type 1 in chat if you believe we are going to pump this summer. Type 2 in chat if you believe we're going to dump this summer. But a lot of people are anticipating alt season to take place within the next 2 months here, moving into July, September, or August and September of this year. Now, will that happen? Man, I feel like we should just put all the politicians in the Coliseum to settle this once and for all, because I want them to stop just hurting our altcoin portfolios. This is the news today, guys. If you have been sitting on your hands today, here are the 6 things that are happening today and why it's so important to keep up to date with these markets. We now have a rapidly escalating war between Israel and Iran, U.S. tariffs rates near the highest since 100 years, a Federal Reserve that is delaying interest rate cuts, the 10-year note rising back above 4.5%, and oil here. Actually, totally forgot to check this out today. Let's look at oil prices, chat. Oil prices now up. Actually, they're down from last night. We saw them peak at about $73 or $74, maybe $75 here just last night after the first announcement here. Still up over 12%, though, here in just the last 5 days. And that's just because there's going to be an upwards price action on the chart if there's at all a threat of, oil supplies being hurt on a global scale here. But welcome in, guys. Philip, Nick, it's good to see you. Zero, what's up, man? Maurice on X here. Soon the worst will be behind us. I completely agree, man. If you guys agree, hit that repost button, hit that like button. This shakeout is a flop. Yeah, so of course, guys, Bitcoin came back quite a bit here to $102,700. Now back up here. Now, what I would like to actually do here, let's go to the Bitcoin tab here. You know, if you're looking at a trade, man, it's going to be rough here today. It's even refreshed the chart action here just to see if we can make sure that everything is in fact, though, updated right here. You can see here in the bottom right, and let me zoom in on the screen so you guys can see this a little bit better. If you see right here, we can see that we have liquidations all the way up towards I don't know why it's not letting me zoom in here, but it's all the way up towards $106,553. So, of course, on the liquidation map, I'm definitely going to want to be watching this here to make sure that that is filled. If you're trading right now live here today, guys, I mean, it's Friday. We're moving into the weekend, right? There's going to be lower volume. Might see some escalations happen in the Middle East. That can affect price action quite a bit. And of course, Bitcoin's futures market here is going to close. Actually, it just closed. It did just close. I forgot it's already 5 o'clock here. So we're after markets now. I expect some lower volatility here. Interestingly enough, on the Bitcoin futures gap, we did, or not futures gap, but the futures market, the CME market, we close above the 20-week moving average or the 20-day moving average here on the futures. So even though we had that selling pressure to the downside, we were met with a lot of bulls here ending Friday on a positive note. So this isn't necessarily over. We could still have that correction, especially if, man, I mean, chat, what do you think is going to happen here? Do you think Israel is going to, escalate things, or do you think it's going to fizzle out over the weekend? Because I think that over the next 5 to 12 days, you're going to see it escalate. I mean, the one thing we could trust politicians to do in the U.S. Is back Israel, because AIPAC owns them. Like, let's just be real, guys. Like, we this isn't that's not a hot take or anything. And Netanyahu straight up is just, war hunger. So, man, you have like literally all the warmongers out there just like, let's go, let's do this thing, let's go to the moon. And by going to the moon for them means, not giving a shit about civilians, but just ultimately escalating things. So I think it's going to escalate. I mean, it's the only thing we can expect to happen. I'd be shocked if we saw this de-escalate over the weekend. But let me know. I don't really, I'm not an expert in geopolitics on the Middle Eastern regions. I don't know. Like, for example, I couldn't name 4 Iranian generals. I couldn't name 4 Israeli generals, and nor can 99% of the people on X. But everybody's giving their complete, utter opinions on what's happening out there. So all we can do is report the news as it comes in. We can watch the chart action as, of course, fear-mongering is going to escalate. I mean, this was crazy. Iran military literally posted on X here today. We arrived with a picture of them bombing Tel Aviv here. Breaking close-up Iranian hypersonic missile. This happened, I think, 2 hours ago. Check this out. Absolutely. That's insane, man. I mean, that's insane. Just watching that from your balcony is absolutely wild. I'd be getting in a, bunker at that point. And then Netanyahu came out again today and said, "Tonight, I wish to speak to you, the proud people of Iran. The Islamic regime, which has oppressed you for nearly 50 years, threatens to destroy my country, the state of Israel. The objective of Israel's military operation is to remove this threat, both the nuclear threat and the ballistic missile threat to Israel. And we achieve our objectives. We're also cleared a path for you to achieve your objective, which is freedom." So will there be a revolution in Iran? I don't know. If you guys know anything about Iran, I watch a lot of vloggers that are out there consistently. It seems like there's been civil wars going on for the last 50 years. So we'll see if that actually ends up rolling out here. This is how I feel, though, chat. And I think you all feel the same here. Israel, US, and Iran fighting in the background, being like, whoa, 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 whoa. And here's all the crypto investors just simply checking on their Bitcoin price, which right now sitting at a whopping 105,416. Here's our daily time frame. Man, that is just absolutely insane. But usually where it wicks, it tends to stick. I wouldn't be surprised if we did fill this up and actually start coming back towards the $100,000 range at all. I mean, it's quite interesting to watch this market right now. Solana as well, where like this to me is like a pretty bearish setup here. In fact, let's go ahead and should I open a short? I don't want to open a short right now. We'll just chill with it here. Kind of thinking escalate, but if they already took out the main nuclear sites, then I don't know, can mostly be done too. Yeah, it seems like Iran was, calling the president, calling the US, but at the same time, it seemed like Iran was blaming the US. So I don't know if there's going to be, you have all the paid Republican shills, like Charlie Kirk, right? Like, these type of people that are definitely paid for by AIPAC, coming out and saying that like sleeper cells are going to open up. Now, whether that's true or not, and there's all the conspiracies that are going to roll out from this, it just seems like they want things to escalate. That's how it feels. These are paid. They're definitely paid for by the RNC, just like there is Democrats that were paid for by the DNC. So we'll see, man. We'll see. All I can do is cover the crypto news and cover the news as it rolls in. That's what we can do here. All I can say is, from my knowledge, is that they're both bad. I mean, no one ever wins war. I think war is just outright stupid. There's But at the same time, none of us in this chat, not myself, not anybody reporting this on X, has like intel of like national secret intelligence. So we have no idea. All we can do is literally nothing we say or do will stop this from escalating. It's literally up to the politicians, which is why I was like, we should just put these fucking politicians in a coliseum, let them fight to the death. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how we should do it. Can prices go any lower? Of course. We're going to be covering that in today's stream here. What are the prices we're watching? Well, we're going to be watching this trend line on Bitcoin, but ultimately, I think worst case scenario, if this went to like an all-out war, you're looking at 91K, filling that futures gap down all the way towards $90,000. But, I did some research last night with you guys on the live stream. We're up to like 2:30 or 3 a.m. streaming this for you guys. The last few times we've gone to war, markets have, so for example, February 28th, I think, or 22nd, March 2022 was when Russia invaded Ukraine. You could see right here, massive pullback, right? Like there was fear mongering. War actually happened, saw a pump, came back down, ended up pumping for a month afterwards on Bitcoin's price to 48,000 before we just truly entered this bear market, which wasn't just because of the Ukraine war. I mean, there was a lot more that was going on there. So let me clear those out, and then we'll go boom, 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 boom. I don't know why this won't delete there. Okay, there we go. So going back to Bitcoin, then you go to October 7th, 2023. Look at October 7th, right? October 7th, 2023 was the attack on Israel there from the Hamas. We saw a bit of a pullback, 5% here, right? 5% pullback. Everybody's screaming war again. Now, the difference this time is Iran's much bigger than Gaza. But I mean, Israel did some freaking damage. Let's not, they did some damage last night. But ultimately, what I'm showing you there is, let me zoom back out. That was my bad. Man, get off that. Okay, it's just not working. The command control is still not working. I'm going to have to break my screen here, dude. I have to punch the monitor. Here we go. Let me go to October 7th again, now that I have to go all the way back. Daily time frame here. On October 7th, 2023, Bitcoin started its bull run. So, there was a bit of a pullback, fear mongering, but we ended up running 175%. His name was Robert Polschain. Tars AI. Tars I haven't followed for a long time. They were a TikTok coin here. Nate coming out saying Arrow, Aave, Morpho, Moonwell are all great DeFi plays. Yes, I think DeFi is one of the best possible places to invest in this current market condition here. Bitcoin back up to 105,488. Solana struggling. I would like to see Solana break out to the upside maybe. And on this next wick, maybe to 150, we try to grab a short here. Same thing with Ethereum here. Right now we're in a mid-range. So I want to be opening a trade right now until you guys look at FOMO mode here. Check out FOMO mode, guys. Again, you want to see that futures or that liquidation above us. Definitely fill. Let me go ahead and refill it right there as well. You actually click on this. That's cool. We got some new widgets, by the way, as you guys can see here. New widgets today. Everything's being updated right now. But yeah, Bitcoin right now, we're sitting at 105. We got plenty of liquidations all the way up to, let's go to the 7-day actually. I want to see what the 7-day looks like. 7 days probably pretty bullish. I'm curious here. This is 150 and 25x leverage you're going to see on the left side. On the right-hand side, though, again, yeah, you're still looking at all the liquidity above us. And the 24-hour time frame, we're 50-50. You'd be very cautious on those trades right now, guys. Lower leverage. I would like us to see us double bottom at 102. To be honest with you guys, I would like to watch us double bottom at 102. And this is, of course, on FOMO mode as well here. So we got a big sell order, big selling blocks at 105.5. But if we break through that, your next resistance is going to be 105.825, then 106, 106.62. But those are getting lighter and lighter versus massive buying pressure at 104.3. So this is a market maker's game right now, chat. This is a market maker's game. And the only people that are going to win right now are the people with inside knowledge. There's people right now. This is live footage of Israel right now. There's quite a few hits in Tel Aviv, which, dude, I seriously did not know Tel Aviv was so big. I mean, it's a pretty freaking massive city, dude. Like, Tel Aviv's huge. Like, the skyscrapers are absolutely massive there. Yeah, and I don't know if we expect anything else to escalate over tonight here. It is still, middle of the night for Tel Aviv right now, and that's usually when things do escalate. But yeah, I mean, all we can do is literally just watch and sit back here as this breaks out. It'll give you get above your paid price. That title is wild. Yes, man. I mean, times are wild right now in the Middle East, brother. Now is a great time to long everything. Let me pull that back up here. Let's see if they're actually. No, I think they're just all talking about things in Kuwait right now. Where's DZ's video on ALTEASON? The old man is falling off. Didn't he just put out his video last night? I think it went out last night. Let me double check for you. Let's go to, I know there was one last night. I don't know if that was my video last night, though. I like how everybody's like, what just happened? Discover crypto here for you. Boom, 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 boom. Which, by the way, guys, there's 369 people watching right now. Guys, hit that like button if you guys appreciate these afternoon live streams. It is Friday. But I wanted to go live because I did not go on the morning show this morning. I was live all night with you all. But last night, DZ, I guess we didn't put out I guess that's going out tonight. This was last night. Will 10,000, it wasn't supposed to be Will $10,000 XRP. It should be Will 10,000 XRP. Holding 10,000 XRP, retire your family here. And it's me just giving a realistic approach again. If you guys want to check that out, it was a fantastic video. It wasn't me shitting on XRP. You know, people want to be like, if they can't go to 10K, you're shitting on it. It's like, no, it's just giving kind of a realistic perspective into what a lot of YouTubers are claiming, which is if you hold 10,000 XRP, type yes and no in chat. I want to get a poll from you guys. Do you believe holding only 10,000 XRP tokens will retire your family? That is what it was about here. Low says, I enjoyed the late nights show, Josh. Thank you so much, dude. Anytime, guys. I'm trying to do up-to-date news for you guys all the time here just so we could track the price action and get the best possible trade setups going on here. But, I mean, when you have, again, guys, a rapidly escalating war, U.S. tariffs, a Federal Reserve going crazy with their delays of interest rate cuts, worsening debt ceiling deficit, yada, yada, yada. I mean, this market is wild. It is pretty wild. It is pretty wild right now. But again, everybody's looking at bull action. So they even say that the couple side letters here, bullish sentiment now is arguably the strongest it's been since 2020. The reversal in sentiment since April is March 2020. Like, sentiment is everything when it comes to the market. It's like, despite all of this stuff here, right, chat? Everybody's bullish. Like, tell me in chat right now, are you bullish or bearish on Bitcoin right now, or crypto entirely, the entire state of the markets? Because we're 2% away from all-time highs in these markets. The sentiment has definitely shifted. And despite this happening, people don't expect, Bitcoin to really pull back that hard. Of course, it's hurting altcoins a lot more. But, I mean, this is a huge escalation. And we're not seeing, like, the worst sell-off here, right? Not seeing the worst sell-off. And, again, you see it in chat now. Freedom Guy says bullish. Michael says bullish. Chemistry Bro says cow, 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 cow. I'm thinking that means bullish. Unless he's milking them cows. Still bullish here from low. We the best says Ada. You're just shouting out and shilling the Ada out there in the chat. And yeah, that's, I think everybody, if someone said bearish until 80K, that's intense. That'd be intense. A double bottom around 80K would be shocking. Yeah, there we go. Let me see if we got any other updates coming in on the X. Actually, what else do we have pulled up here? We had quite a few out here. Ethereum outperformed for 1 week. World War III starts. Short everything. Every Ethereum looks good tweet equals money. We have Ash Crypto here. Alt season. Israel attacks. Alt season crossing the railroad. Finally about to happen. Boom. Hit with a train before it happens again. Yeah, it's kind of here's Crypto T. World War III breaks out. Crypto people. This is how I felt last night with you guys at 3 a.m. What a time to be alive here. New Fidelity, though, chat. Look at this. This is what pumped Solana here not too long ago. S1 for Solana ETF. I do want to see a Sol ETF get passed, man. Solana is definitely one of the top contenders there. What else is discounted to? Ondo went down to 74 cents last night. That is absolutely insane. XRP to $2.08 last night. We were covering that actually live there. Near Protocol down to $2.16. Near actually looks a little bit sexier than most charts. I'm not going to have to lie there. Looking pretty good. Go to just in for bricks. Israel strike on Iran causes radioactive contamination. Oof. Radiation leaks out there. Let's see what else we got on the breaking news wise. We go to the following because that's going to be a little bit easier. Any news on a DOT ETF? I haven't seen any news on a Polkadot ETF. I would expect that to be like 6th or 7th with the release of like, I think Solana will pass before that. Iran's only hope is to strike Israel so hard it's forced to stop. I don't know if that's true. Netanyahu calls on Iranian people to overthrow their government. It's great. What a time to be alive, chat. Iran's Natanz enrichment plant has been destroyed. The UN nuclear watchdog says Israel strikes destroyed Iran's above ground Natanz enrichment plant. How many are below ground is the question here. Personal finance tip, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Breaking Razi electric power plant in Isfahan is destroyed. I'm guessing that's Iran. If you are invested in digital gold, rotate to physical gold. Man, oh man. Seems like we're still waiting on bigger things to happen right now. Go back to here. Happening now. Okay, here we go. Seconds ago. Is so Israel shooting back at Iran live right now. This is their air defense. This is live footage. Just bought Solana. Going in with it hard there. So it looks like this channel doesn't have anything. This is Tehran. So nothing on the live cameras. Nothing on the live camera feeds. I wonder if this was old or not. They're missing. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I guess that'd be a minute ago. Let's look at the chart here. Not giving a shit. They go, we don't care. I mean, I think the worst is over, to be honest, chat. It looks like fireworks. Not quite. That's insane. Story of our lives, always something. I know. Why can't chat? Can we have a real talk together here? Can we have a real talk? Like, and hit the like button if you agree with this. Why can't we just have politicians fight it out? Why do they have to bring retail into this every single time? You know what I mean? Like, the only people that are obviously going to make money off this war, the people that are financing it, the people that are going to rebuild it, the people that have inside knowledge. Retail here is just, we're bullish, man. We're like, dude, markets are looking good. We're finally feeling good. It's finally getting back. I would say the only two things I think would crash the market would be if sleeper cells actually opened up in the US, which I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. It could. I mean, Charlie Kirk and all of them are tweeting about it. But again, you have to remember, these are literally paid propaganda pieces for the right. They're just as much as propaganda for the right as there is paid propaganda for the left. Not that I have anything against that or, whatever. It's just, that is, dude, they're all tweeting out the same shit. Like Charlie Kirk and all of those Republican channels, like it's copy and paste, 100 different channels saying the same exact thing. It's no different than mainstream media doing the same thing when they all repeat the same script. You know what I mean? It just, or being non-biased here. It's like, yo, dude. So it's like, if that's going to happen, sure. If something happens in the US that causes us to go to war, that could bring down the price action of these charts. I'm telling you one thing. I don't want to go to war, dude. Fuck that. I ain't fighting for these politicians, dude. It's like, dude, this is drone warfare. What the fuck are we going to do? Sit there with like EMP guns and pray to God like the millions of drones that can be sent? Like, dude, that's crazy, dude. Fight your own fucking. Anyways, I got to stop speaking so harsh. I think we'll be chill here. As soon as this war is over, they will activate the sleeper cells when Bitcoin hits 110 again. Yeah, imagine Ethereum's about to break out, Bant. That's how we know. When Ethereum's about to break out past 3K, that's how we know, man. Things feel so manipulated now. In 2017, you could have had a massive bull runs without being impeded. It does. Manipulation's bigger than ever. I mean, you also have like think of it this way. AI makes it even that much stronger. You know what I mean? Like it's just only going to be worse and worse and worse. We have Simon here saying launching a third wave soon. Let's see, actually. I wonder if we will see a third wave tonight. I mean, we have the live footage of it. We'll see it happen live. We'll see it happen live here. We'll see it happen live. Israel is its own country, perfectly capable of taking care of itself. We do not need to be involved. Okay, so here you go. I like this one. I actually like it. Like Matt Walsh is someone that's on This is what I wanted to see. Israel is its own country, just like Iran, right? They're their own countries. They could take care of themselves. We do not need to be involved in this and should not be. Our country is under invasion. Our cities are besieged by crime and dysfunction. Those are the problems we should be facing on fixing. Our people need to be protected and prioritized by the leaders we've elected. America first always. You know, there is some people out there with their head on their shoulders. I'm just going to say. There's some people out there. Very few, but there's some. What else we got out here? Iran, like this right here, chat. Iran nearly had material for multiple nukes. Dude, they've been saying this since 1995. I'm just saying. Look at the DJ and James Wynn. Dude, no way is James Wynn back, dude. Is James Wynn back? Let's see what he's got. Hyperlook at his hands on the best trading decks. Dylan, obviously, I'm extremely bullish on Moonpig. Getting paid by Moonpig to pump it. I don't know. I don't see it at all. I don't see if he's in one. So why are we helping shoot down missiles over there? I don't know, MC. You got to ask the rhinos that are our politicians, man, unfortunately. You got to ask Josh Shapiro when he signs the equipment, you know? Again, you got to ask yourself who benefits from war. It's never the civilians. It's just it's like the famous chess pieces. The kings and queens are on the side of the board while the pawns and rooks and everything just get obliterated, dude. There's no right answer to it. Israel would be done without U.S. support, though. Y'all supply most of their weapons. Also facts. We built their Iron Dome. America should stop funding and just let both countries. Well, you know, but then it's like, it's so simple to say that, oh, we should just let them fight it out. But like, I know none of us are, we have no intel. Like, you know, if they were to take over one sovereign territory, what would that look like? What would that mean for expansion? What would that mean for imperialism? What would that mean for, you know, authoritarianism? Like those are all things you have to worry about on a geopolitical scale. But like it's funny to me, like, because I learned my lesson with Ukraine and Russia, dude. It's like you have no idea what's gonna happen. Like that's another forever war. Like if this escalates into a war, it's just gonna be another forever conflict. And like we the people don't have any of the intelligence that's going on behind the scenes. So like we're forced to just simply trust the government, which everybody has zero. Like type 1 in chat if you or just let me know, yes or no. Do you trust the government today? Like the government has less trust than ever. And it's just, so, you know, what do you do when there's no trust? You buy Bitcoin, baby. You buy Bitcoin. That is what we're going to do. All we can do is buy Bitcoin because we can't trust the government. We know they're just going to print more money, right? They're just going to print more money. So it's like, if they're going to continuously print money and they're going to continuously say, oh, well, Iran bad, you must fight with us. You must stand up with us. Like what, literally we have no say in what they're going to say. You know, just it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. I cannot confirm or deny. Everybody says no. Facts. Facts, dude. I wish they were printing more. Well, I mean, if you go to war, historically, we print a shit ton of money. Historically, we print a ton of money. I trust Trump, but not the rhinos. I mean, even with Trump, dude, it's like Trump can't stop what, like, Trump can't necessarily stop what could happen. It's there's so many shadow governments and political pawns and pieces that, you know, we have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Like, if you don't believe there's not a shadow government, you're crazy. You're crazy at this point, man. Absolutely crazy. So it's just like, all we can do is just be vocal about our opinions. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that people just don't want to focus on diplomacy. But like, again, you have to realize there's money to be made off war. And some people are born into that. Some people are just evil like that. Some people are financially inclined to do that because their fiduciary responsibility is to make more sales for their military company, their contracts. Like, think of that. Like, these military contractors, guys, these like Boeing, like these massive companies, they're financially inclined to start wars. I mean, not start them, but I mean, why stop one if you know it's going to make you $2 billion when you have a fiduciary responsibility as a shareholder? It's interesting. Larry Fink for president. Dude, well, actually, or is the president? I wouldn't be, dude. Larry Fink could probably win presidency if he ran in like 4 years. That'd be an interesting twist. I'd rather have Larry Fink than Gavin Newsom. You know? Thank you, USA, for protecting me from missiles. Lasky, are you in Tel Aviv, man? Are you in Israel, Lasky? On a lighter note, I'm playing a drinking game. I'm drinking every time Josh says, dude, I'm about lit. Oh, dude, that's crazy, man. That's my Californian in me. That's my Californian in me. The one thing you'll never see me, guys, is become all proper and sophisticated. Ladies and gentlemen, like, I'm always going to be myself. Doesn't matter if I'm in politics, doesn't matter if I'm streaming, doesn't matter if I'm producing content. Always going to be myself here, chat. Aerodrome. Is Aerodrome ripping right now? Where's Solana at? Solana 147, Ethereum 2556. FOMO.news. By the way, guys, hey, guys, if you haven't already, there's 400 people in here. If you guys want to pull up FOMO News, guys, it's completely free to use our news website. It's got the like button and functionality now. Of course, we got the dashboard with your signals chat as well. And then this is already launched as well. Let's go ahead and get a reload here for you guys. But you guys can also do your own customized widget dashboard integrations and build out, if you guys want to do it for XRP, if you want to do for Solana, this is my Solana tab with my order books, my exchange inflows, my Solana news. You guys can customize it however you want. We're going to be integrating more and more widgets here. I would give a warning on Solana. There's a lot of liquidity. Open up at 143. So looking at an entry point around 1486 could be a good trade here. I might enter that with you guys if we do see a pop up to this range again. Maybe you get a little double top action here before we move lower a little bit. That is FOMO News for free for you guys. Josh, the man, just messing with you, buddy. You're all good, man. I'm just reading off the cusp here. Keep saying dude till he stops responding. Nice job, Josh. Yo, appreciate you, Splash. Yeah, guys, very exciting news. We just got accepted into the Google Accelerator program. Google loved our product, guys. So getting some credits with them for development work, and we're going to scale this out. And obviously, it's a little clunky. I'm not here to pretend that it's perfectly smooth just yet. Everything's in beta version, and we're just building it out. We got a lot of really cool things that you'll be see coming out here very, very soon. But ultimately, we're just going to slowly keep building it for the people. What you guys want, what products you guys want, we want to integrate all that. You're going to be able to literally use exchanges and dexes in here very soon. So you'll be able to trade directly from within the platform. You could have your centralized exchange. You could have your decentralized exchange. You can have your liquidation flows. You can have your indicators all in one screen for the first time ever. And that's very exciting stuff there. Oil prices now sitting at 71.53. And still waiting on some major movement. I would like to see a massive flash wick before we decide to trade here. Again, it's Friday, guys. So don't be making excessive trades over the weekend, especially as there is escalations happening on the other side of the world, in the Middle East here. That could just end very, very, very poorly here. Breaking news. Vanik updates spot Solana ETF. I think add staking component. Stake your Solana. That would be incredibly bullish. That would be incredibly, incredibly bullish here. Charlie Kirk says young Trump supporters do not support America getting offensively involved with Israel's war with Iran. Yes, obviously. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody wants war, dude. Nobody wants war. We've watched AIPAC fund our politicians for years and years and years. We're not anti-Semitic here or anything on the channel. It's just, guys, we just don't want war. Is that evil of us? Is that evil of us? Is that such a hot take? It's literally such a hot take to not like war. Crazy, man. It's crazy to be against warmongers, dude. Any warmonger can literally sit on a Diddy stick. You know what I'm saying? You're just evil. If you advocate for war, you're just straight up evil. Are we cooked with this war? Not yet, man. We got to see how. Look, it's not good. And to say that this is going to settle overnight would be an understatement. This more than likely is going to escalate into a conflict. I don't know, though, because dude, I'm not like a 4-star general. I don't know how war necessarily operates. I don't have insider intelligence. And I don't know. Dude, Iran and Israel was funneling drones into, if you guys didn't know this, Israel was literally funneling drones and equipment for the last year into Tehran. So there could be underground bases. There could be underground nuclear facilities. We don't have that information as civilians. None of us in this chat do. So to say that this is going to slow down, I doubt that. Tehran just hit Tel Aviv and hit civilians. Netanyahu is hungry for that, dude. He's going to hit back. So can they hit Iran hard enough to a point where they can't fight back? Can Trump step in and, create negotiations? Tehran just decided to, or Iran just said they're not going to have talks in Oman on Monday. So nothing looks like it's de-escalating at this point. So we can only expect more escalation through the weekend. How far does this go on the 12-day outlook? No idea. No idea. We thought back in 2022, I mean, we should have expected this with the Biden administration, though. I mean, he was not running anything, and Shapiro and all the rhinos, they wanted to escalate war so badly. They escalated the war with Ukraine. NATO straight up, those tensions, guys, that was all manufactured. It wasn't like Russia was the only aggressor in that, right? So, and we're now at the same point. It's not like Tehran is the only aggressor in this situation necessarily. So all you can do is keep the thoughts and prayers to the civilians that don't want any part of this and they're just trying to live their lives. And we just have to pay attention to what's going to happen between the government officials. It's all unfortunately up to the government officials at this point. That's just how this works. Like if you guys were here in 2022, it's going to be the same thing. It's, you know, it doesn't, there's going to be American, like, you know, what's going to be so annoying is you're going to see Americans protesting in the streets probably about this. They're going to switch off the LA riots and they're going to go start rioting for, you know, what's happening in the Middle East. Like I'm sure you're going to see Democrats advocating for Iran. Like it's just retardation is going to just expand and it just, nothing's going to change again. Like, why is this, like, don't expect this time to be different is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to be negative. Like, just every single time conflict erupts, the people, the civilians, the people that we should be caring about, it just never ends up mattering for them, ever. It just continues to escalate. Military contractors make more money. Real estate developers come in and buy the rubble so that way they can make more billions after the war does enter that. The longer a conflict goes, the more money is made. It is that simple. And it's very unfortunate. It's very sad, but that's life. And it's always been like that since the beginning of time. So, you know, we're kind of stuck with it. So right now, what I would say is if we know, and this might be a base take here, just like war is manipulated, your markets are manipulated. So, you know, all I'm going to be paying attention to here is the liquidation charts. It's why we're building FOMO, right? It's why I don't ever sit here on stream and say we're going to have some monumental board. Of course, we speculate and we have those conversations. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's you know, I believe Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million one day. But to get to $1 million, type 1 in chat if you agree. It is going to be, it's manipulated. It's manipulated. Dude, guys, I'm building this product and I'm telling you, I could show you some really cool back-end development. Like I'm working with AI engineers and developers. We just had a meeting with Google Cloud. I'm learning so much information. And then I realize I'm nobody bootstrapping this with money I've made. You know, I've put 70 grand or whatever it is. I've been building this company with my founders and everything. I've been putting a ton of money into this. But I've been putting dude, I'm a drop in I'm a drop of water in an ocean. So when I see what I'm thinking of and I have a vision and I have a product and I have a solution and I'm building this back end with all this data and this coding and I see how powerful AI is, all I go is, holy smokes. There is institutions out there, governments. There's governments out there, the US government, right? With billions, if not trillions of dollars that's not allocated for, that can do what I'm doing times 1 trillion, right? So when you realize that, when you see that gap, that level of that difference, we all we can do is take the best possible information we have and just base our investment decisions off that, because we will never beat an institution. Not as a retailer, you need to just understand you will never beat an institution. The only way you can do that is by simply buying and holding Bitcoin. But now institutions are here. If you bought Bitcoin between 2008, 2021, like a lot of us did, we're in a very good situation. It's changed my life dramatically. I do this full time. I'm building products. I'm investing. I'm building companies. It's beautiful. But like at this point in time now in history, institutions are here. So that's why I go, okay, if we go to 30K, 140K Bitcoin, it's very possible Ethereum's still under $3,500. That's because of institutional manipulation. It's because of AI systems they've created that drain liquidity, extract liquidity from other market makers. There is a lot of value to that. So it's just like it's like not something to be scared of. Again, I always say this, it's not something to be scared of. It's something to be aware of, because if you understand that, you're going to make so much more money in these markets. And that's all we can do here, right? That's literally all we can do together is just make as much possible money as possible so we can retire our families and ignore the noise. I agree. Bitcoin will hit 1 million. Markets are manipulated AF. Why can't markets be manipulated at the upside? Well, they're manipulated to the upside, Bamp, but in some ways they're manipulated to the downside because those same institutions profit off the hype and extraction of liquidity from retail. Like it bounces back and forth, which is why I think it's going to be. I personally believe Bitcoin is going to stair step up. Like we might have 4 years of upside where you have like 5, 10, 15% pullbacks, but Bitcoin just keeps going, and altcoins, which we've been saying this for like months and months and months and months and months. It's, they extract liquidity from altcoins. Bitcoin dominance continues to rise, and you're going to have sector-based bull runs. You're going to have sector-based bull runs. Those were riots. They don't know about 1992. Average entry under 60K. That's absolutely beautiful, man. You're crushing it. I just want alts to go back to old all-time highs so I can start to dollar cost average out. Well, that's the problem, chemistry, bro, right? Is like a lot of people in chat are holding altcoins so they can DCA out when they're finally in the green, which tells me that's a lot of selling pressure to break those previous all-time high ranges. And people forget markets are at all-time highs right now, right? You go to CoinMarketCap, you click on market cap here, you'll notice that there is more money in this market than ever, but altcoins have been decimated, right? We're at a $3.28 trillion market cap. We're dwarfing 2021 all-time highs, but people feel like we're still in a bear market. People still feel like they're getting cucked because it doesn't feel there hasn't been an alt season. But this is the proof in the pudding, right? This is the proof that you're just looking at an institutional market that is much harder to navigate. And it's why if you guys aren't using Grok or ChatGPT or all these AI, everybody in this chat here should be using AI to make yourself smarter. You can literally use, you might not be a coder. You could use AI to figure out how to develop a game. Like you could use AI to learn legal. Like you don't have to do, there's a point where every single person should be connected to an AI assistant and it will be able to answer all your questions in real time. Like that is the life we're moving into. In 4 years from now, you will have a personal assistant for like personal, whatever, maybe they get your laundry. I don't know what they're organizing certain things. But there's going to be a point where you can just be like, hey, AI, make me a Google Calendar and invite so-and-so and schedule it for 3 p.m. on this date, right? And it'll automatically do it for you instantaneously. And so costs are going to get reduced. Production is going to scale. And this is very beautiful. It's like the next generation of GDP. Like there's a lot of economic expansion that will happen out of this. But the biggest concern is watching people not learn AI and get pushed out, not invest in crypto, not invest in AI, they're investing in traditional markets. They're going to just get absorbed. They're just going to get absorbed out there. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of some good thoughts there. Thoughts on SPX 6900? Just absolutely pumping, man. Good meme coin. Good meme coin. Murad called that at its bottom. He's absolutely crushing it, dude. Murad is, it's just a meme coin though, but absolutely scaling. I use AI for work. Yes, everybody should be using AI for work. Everybody should be. So if you guys are doing it, you're crushing it. Just keep crushing it. Like everybody should use AI for work. Makes no sense not to. We will all have a Jarvis. We will literally all, the smart people will have this. I think within 5 years, the top 1% of earners in America will all be AI. Like that's just the world we're heading to. I need to have a pet seal, but it drowned in my pool. I used to have a pet seal, but it drowned in my pool. Robert, that is sad, man. They should take your pet license away. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people hate AI, but it's just because they're not learning it. But AI has allowed me to do things I never thought were possible. Dude, you won't need a college degree. I mean, if you're going to college, it's going to be like, it's going to be very, very specific. But I mean, I think you're going to see robotics that are way better than surgeons in the future, right? And that probably already exists. I have no idea. But like where you're going to see like heart surgeries done by robotics, and the doctors are going to just be the ones that know how to use the AI system. Like yeah, that's the world we're heading to, man. Calling these language tools AI is a shame. Calling these language tools AI is a shame. What do you mean, dude? Like ChatGPT? You don't think ChatGPT is AI? Straight up AI. Short coin, can I get one? Wish AI could pick up a paintbrush. That's only way it's helping me. No, that's different. Well, no, that's gonna take. I think that'll be a lot of time because they're not sentient. You know, they don't have a creative anything that revolves around like creativity it's gonna be a little bit longer. There's some robot assisted surgeries, but they can't deal with unforeseen situations and non-routine things yet. Gotcha. I figured. That's why. Yeah. It's but you know, it's like that's the path we're on, right? Accenture, Hedera partnering with Accenture. Looks like we're gonna get it out again. I'm targeting this 150. I would like a huge push up. We'll grab a scalp short. Let's see on YouTube here. I do want to pull up. Let's see if there's any updates here live right now. Here's Al Jazeera.
Now that I use Monday,
Let's go to Twitter here. Let's see if there's any new updates. Ondo and Sweet. I still think Ondo is going to go to $4 to $7, man. Ondo's absolutely insane. Did they build this, to be honest? Arculus is building the Coinbase. That's so sick, dude. Shout out to Arculus, man. Guys, if you haven't checked out Arculus, guys, you can use code Arculus or DC20 to get to get off a nice percentage off today. Here, guys, the description's in the bio. They're our partners. They're the ones building all the Coinbase cards and everything, guys. They're just the best hardware wallet ever. Go check them out, guys. They got robot to sculpt and paint the remake of Statue of David. Oh my goodness, that's random. That's huge though. Let's see AI tear down a motor and rebuild it. Okay, that's actually already probably capable of being done, Nova. I'm sure there's robots that build cars. Is rendering merging with another coin? Is render? I don't actually know that one. I don't know that one. Is render merging with another coin? Let me look it up on Grok here. Is render merging with a crypto? Grok isn't picking it up. Grok isn't picking it up. Josh using AI all day, dude. Are you guys getting a Coinbase card? Maybe, man. Maybe. Robot arms building cars parts along with the assembly line, but you couldn't just stick one in a warehouse with parts. Oh yeah, we're not at that point yet. No. I think we're 5 years from like having robots walking around. I mean, maybe sooner, to be honest. It doesn't like Tesla want to like launch the first $30,000 like they could be your chef or something like that. I don't even know. They do like basic house chores. Arrow Electronics now on the Hedera Council. Ooh. Let me see. Iran media claims nuclear tests may happen tonight. Multiple unconfirmed sources here. Do you imagine if a nuke goes off, chat? How many of you think yes or no? Is a nuke going to go off? Screen. What is wrong with humans, dude? I mean, I guess that's what we're doing technically. We're just sitting. We don't live in Yemen. Dude, that's insane, man. Chat, this is insane.
As a justification.
Let me actually listen to this.
For
Do you guys
his
have audio?
unilateral action.
So why do you think he did make these strikes now?
As opposed to last week or a year ago, that's hard for me to say. But I think the simplest answer is because the United States and Iran were involved in serious negotiations that could have led to an agreement that Netanyahu has opposed no matter what the terms are. And so I think it was a very conscious effort to sabotage those diplomatic negotiations to try to show his own people and the world, and particularly the US government, that only military action is the appropriate response to Iran's nuclear challenge.
That's Thomas Countryman, former US Assistant Secretary of State for International Security and Non-Proliferation, joining us there from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, the Israeli attacks on Iran took place as Tehran was engaged in indirect talks with the US over its nuclear program. Engagement with Iran dates back to 2015, when Western nations signed a landmark nuclear deal with Iran. It enacted limitations to Tehran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. But in 2018, US President Donald Trump withdrew unilaterally and reimposed sanctions. That's despite opposition from other signatories to the pact. As Trump took office for a second term, he began pushing for a new nuclear deal. Iran and the US have so far engaged in 5 rounds of indirect talks. A day ago, and for the first time in 20 years, the UN's watchdog formally stated in a resolution Iran's failing to meet its nuclear obligations. The agency says the country had enriched a record amount of uranium to near weapons grade. Yossi Beilin is the former Israeli Minister of Justice.
Yeah, well, Iran likes blowing themselves up. They're into that stuff. Dude, you guys didn't see that. You guys didn't see that. You guys didn't see me just absolutely dogging on Peter Schiff there. You did not see me absolutely dog on him, dude. Nope. Nobody saw that. Chat did not see that. What is wrong with California? Why is California like just filled with idiots? What is happening here? What is your risk tolerance? Meme coin buyers. There's no diving. Oh, what the? That's crazy, bro. What the heck? What is wrong with kids?
Go! Go! Right now!
In my eye.
Go!
It's too late.
What the actual? What was that, dude? What? Dude. That's insane. What is this? What is that?
Mohammedan royalty, they Iranian dictatorship going to collapse.
Tehran skies minutes ago here. That's insane, dude. I wonder if Ondo's going to partner with Robinhood. They're losing their minds. New generation is screwed. The Gen X did crazy stuff too. We just didn't. I guess that's true, A1. You know what? Good point. Lighting yourself on fire and jumping, like that's, I don't know. I've never heard of that one. I don't know here, dude. Breaking news, Walmart and Amazon are exploring launching their own stable coins. You know, guys, who's the one that's always talking about how stable coins are going to revolutionize the world and it's going to be like the biggest narrative in all of crypto? It's not me. Could it be me? Couldn't it be me, man? What is this? Looked like it was intercepted right before it made impact. That's crazy.
Yeah.
My God. If Iran falls, it's the dawn of the Israeli empire. This is biblical, and you can't take that one of two ways. United States. Imagine if Israel just takes over all. That's crazy. What was this? Dude, chat, I'm gonna let you decide. What is this called? What is this? Since I had to watch this, this is why war happens. This is just a little bit of faith is restored in humanity. And then you realize that there is people like this that exist. I swear, I don't know. I don't know what happens. I don't know what I don't know what to say. I don't even know that just those people have jobs and impact people's lives. A man being goofy is why we start wars. Yikes. If that was your takeaway from that, you just woof, just Papanda, just woof, right over your head. Right over your head, man. Drugs are bagged. My point was that guy took his day off to go shake his ass in front of police officers and say, here, piggy, 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 piggy. That was my point. That had no value. What? Man being goofy? That was not the joke, man. That was right over that. Oh my God, dude. Whoa. Whoa, look at this angle here.
Okay.
Yo.
Go. Ja, bless or not. Yo, and
The one time a fire alarm actually matters.
Yo.
That's insane, bro. That's insane, man. Can you also show the Gaza pictures? Don't they have jobs? Oh, guys, we got one in the chat, man. Got one in the chat. Sirens blares, hostile aircraft infiltrates southern Israel here. Was that moments ago? That's 21 minutes ago? No, they're all delayed. They're all delayed, guys. Let's see. Feels like we're on the brink of World War III. Very scary. I want to congratulate Israel on its mostly peaceful bombing of Iran. That's it. That was a good one. That was a good one. We're just stuck right now, guys. We're literally just stuck. 105,700. Bitcoin getting a little life into it right now. People in other countries are humans as well. Yes, we agree, man. We agree here. I don't know where you didn't get that from. So he goes to the window rather than the outside of the building. I know, dude. That's some balls, to be honest. Let's see what we got here. If you do that in my country, it's over to your. You say Christ is Lord. You say it. Iran is shooting rockets at Israel, so they don't have to shoot us. Grinding sideways, baby. Yeah, we're just waiting for it, man. We're just waiting for it. I think we'll only dump again if you see like a massive escalation over the weekend, which is pretty possible. I'd just be very cautious. That was in Israel. Yeah, that was Tel Aviv. That was Tel Aviv. I don't think there's skyscrapers like that in Tehran. There is definitely skyscrapers in Tehran, but not that large. The window to the wall. Let it be, let it be. We will see regime change in Iran. Possibly. Possibly. No idea, man. No idea. I mean, Iran's been in like civil war for decades. Been madness there for decades. But I've known people that have traveled to Iran and they have different thoughts on everything, and it's just different. It's just different, man. They're a Muslim country. Things just different from a government perspective. Things are just different in a lot of different cultures, guys. How about Ethereum? Ethereum right now 2561. I mean, it would have been. Look at this perfect. I mean, if you guys were in the Discord, you would know this. Look at the perfect fucking 2470, guys. This is the trading range for Ethereum. If you're trading Ethereum, I would just be in and out of this right here. Look at this trading range, right? This is the main trading range is between 2680 and 2470. And then now we're in this new range. So ideally we'd be coming up to roughly 28.90 the next time. That's kind of the next focus point here. Hopefully we'll get that push up to this and then again, you just long short, long short, long short. Pre-Islamic State of Iran. It was so nice in the 70s. Not the 70s. I think it was the 50s. I think it was the 50s before we went in there. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was maybe it was the 70s. You could be correct on that. But yeah. Like women didn't even wear what do you call it? The face coverings in the 50s. And then we took out their leader because that's what America does. America just be taking out leaders. The same thing as a Gaddafi. Remember Gaddafi? Libya, Obama, Clinton. Go for any of them. You're crazy, dude. You think bottom is in for ETH BTC? Let's check it out, brother. Check out ETH BTC here. I mean, this is a pretty bearish formation here. I mean, the bottom definitely, but could have double bottom for sure. But I would like us to get back into this channel. So this channel on the daily here, I would like for us, if we can get back into this channel, which we were in for like 2 years, I think we're going to have a pretty incredible alt season. But until then, right now, I mean, it's definitely looking better, right? The daily's looking good. You know, we could get maybe a continuation. But I would like to see us break back into, I'd like to see us break back into this channel here. Oh, you mean Osama? No, I do not mean Osama. Wait. No, Obama and Clinton are the ones that removed Gaddafi in Libya, is what I was talking about right there. I mean, there's many different examples of this. You can go back to Iran, you can go to Vietnam, you can go to Malaysia, you can go to, I mean, there's plenty of color revolutions and everything that we've sponsored as a state. 2,000 years ago, Israel never existed. 2,000 years ago, not a single country. Well, maybe there's a few countries, but the world was way different to that. Don't be one of those people, man. Ukraine didn't exist 10 years ago. You want to do that? The USSR, like most of the Eastern European states did not exist 20 years ago. You know, America didn't exist 200 years ago. Or 300 years ago. Kissinger did evil in Vietnam and Cambodia. Yeah, Kissinger was like one of the worst, man. Do you support the Grand King, Netanyahu? Netanyahu? Is that what you're talking about? The Grand King? Egypt, Jordan, and maybe Greece? Yeah, but even then, like it's structurally shifted. Like their maps have shifted dramatically over time. I mean, guys, there's always been war and altercation. Always. Throughout history, through the beginning of time. It'll be like, oh, well, it's 2025. It wasn't like this 2,000 years ago. It's like, okay, well, 2,000 years ago, we were literally in the fucking year 2020, or we were in the year 25. We were 25 AD. That's crazy. Nothing existed 2,000 years ago. Like your trust is literally based off historical references that are changed on a daily basis. Like, I mean, past 200 years ago, literally everything's just like, it's a trust aspect. There's no video coverage, or like it was, you know, someone found a book potentially placed somewhere, and those historians did their best to their capabilities to draft a, you know, historical representation based off previous teachings. And it just goes on and on and on and on like that throughout history. History is dude, we find new things that altercate like historical references all the time. All the time. Oh yeah. Hoorah. I love history though. History's fun. But yeah, most things are there's things always being discovered that change entire perspectives. Problem is they don't teach history anymore. What are your thoughts on KTA? Something not telling called at 64 cents. KTA. KT. Isn't that Cheetah or Kita? Kita. Japan, China, Egypt, Greece, Rome. Yeah, but what I was saying is like their actual country has shrunk or expanded, you know, massively. Like, you know, they've not been the same. Like even I think China just last year redrew their borders. You know what I mean? There's constant expansion, constant disruption. They used to own Taiwan, right? Taiwan didn't exist 40 years ago or whatever it was. I forgot when they're created. KTA though. Let me try Polynex. Nope, I guess Blowfin is the good one. Yikes. Is this Kita? I mean, it's definitely dropped hard with the war. Triple war according to Plantier. Peter Thiel said there's gonna be a triple dude down 50. Could be a bit of a bargain op in finally here. I'd be cautious on it. I mean, you're looking at support at 89 cents. If not, it's going to come back all the way down to 63 cents. It just depends on this. It really depends on this conflict, guys. Like, that's what you're betting on right now. Which, where's Solana? Are we back? Do we just... I really want to short Sol. Or even Ethereum. Like, if we break down, it's endgame. I just want one nice wick up. I want to see the liquidation wick to the upside, and then we'll catch a short here. Little scalp. But got you. I think hopefully that answers it. Kita, like in terms of like the actual platform though, like world's fastest blockchain, yada yada yada. They're claiming all these things. That's great. Yeah, I mean the price actually they just launched, so it's a lot of marketing. So I would say give it 3 weeks, let it die down, or maybe pick up during this weekend if this this conflict erupts. It's probably at a really good discount. So I'd say it looks pretty decent. Looks pretty decent. And not telling he's been a goat on calls, man. Hey, AI, remember my seed phrase. Or they can handle that freedom responsibility or not. Here we go. We're getting that wick up right now. Ooh, I think we're getting that wick up right now, Zeddy. There we go. Shoot up. Get us that liquidation. Eat it. 2,800 on ETH. 2,800 would be... That's a massive liquidation. That's $300, homie. I'm looking at the top of this channel here on Bitcoin. We're in this channel right now. So we're looking at 106,393. Ethereum, we're looking at, I don't think maybe as, I don't know. We'll see. I want to see a pop here on Solana, but then I want to catch Sol. Pretty sure the Rothschilds have the library on Earth fitting since they're French. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of history you can verify, but yeah, my point was like, I mean, I think you guys know I'm not saying that history is fake. I'm saying that a lot of history is questioned. Josh, here's question: how do I convince my brothers that crypto is not a scam? They put all their money into stocks. I mean, it's not to convict them that it's a scam. It's to convince them that it might be a good, diverse investment. I mean, Bitcoin, what don't they believe? Why do they believe it's a scam? I mean, if you can explain Bitcoin, you can explain why it's not a scam. Better store of value. It's got utility. It could save our energy market. Like nations, like it's really that simple. You could look at JP Morgan and Wells Fargo and Walmart and all these stable coins and these blockchains. Like it's some people just don't want to learn, and some people are just so, if they're doing well in stocks, they just don't like change. So it's kind of like more like being like, okay, maybe you diversify a little bit. But I wouldn't say you don't want to convince them to sell their stocks for crypto. Yeah, I hold some stocks. You can stake crypto for more than dividends. Exactly, But again, it's kind of like I would say just diversify, right? Show them a Michael Saylor video. I wouldn't show them a Michael Saylor video to convince them, to be honest. I don't know. It's Michael Saylor at this point. I mean, he's really good. I love everything Michael Saylor says. It just, when people like are told that like they're stupid and that like it's going to go to $1 million, like there's nothing that's better, right? It turns people off, in my opinion. Like people don't like to be told that they're wrong. So like all you should do with crypto is not tell people like why they should not do what they're already doing. You should be like, hey, dude, you should just allocate some to it. You never know. Kind of like one of those things. I think that's a problem with a lot of people that like I know personally that won't get into crypto, is because I hear all these bad stories and then they feel like they're being dude, like how many of you type 1 in chat if you like it. Type 2 if you hate it. How many of you like it when someone knocks on your door, is soliciting, and shills your religion? Right? They're like, "Hi, I'm here to teach you about Christianity. Hi, I'm here to teach you about Jehovah's Witness. I'm here to teach you about yada, yada, yada." Dude, you slam the door in their face. The same thing with a lot of crypto people that are trying to convince people to invest. Like, dude, a lot of people in crypto are as annoying as those religious figures that are like knocking at your door at 6 p.m. You're trying to have dinner. You just had a long day at work. The last thing you want to hear is like about why you need Jesus. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's that site that take. And I know it sounds harsh, but it's true. It's just true, right? It's like, you got to balance it. So for crypto, everybody gets into Bitcoin at the when they're meant to. And all you could do is just like, I don't ever show crypto to my family. I let them ask questions. So I'm never like, oh yeah, like when I'm at a family event, I wait till they bring it up, and I'll be like, oh well, it does X, Y, and Z. And I've gotten in fights, not fights, but like heated debates with people that just don't believe Bitcoin's real, and like I have to explain to them like, how your dollar is really not real, how like the value of dollar just keeps dissipating, and until they really notice the difference, it takes some time. You just got to keep keep rolling it. Someone goes, then you need Jesus even more. Invite them in like Dahmer. You're like, yeah. I offer them a bottle of water, then shut the door. See, that's actually pretty nice of you, man. That's pretty nice of you. Pretty dope of you, to be honest. Iran strikes now. Let me look. They switched to the protests. That's got to be a fake image. Go to following, maybe? Iran is launching missiles at Israel again. This follows an Israeli strike in the past hour. Okay. We got, here you go.
President, we know that there was a call initiated by Donald Trump to the emir. We know that
40 people have been injured.
That was given to the emir about the events of Iran's strike, and we know that the emir stressed to Donald Trump the need to de-escalate and try and resolve this through diplomatic means. As well, we have heard that the U.S. president affirmed his willingness to do this, his readiness to try and resolve the crisis. To that end, we know the U.S. president has been talking earlier on Friday with members of the media, saying that he believes, despite these strikes by Israel towards Iran, that there still is the opportunity for diplomacy, saying that those indirect talks that are scheduled for Sunday in Oman between Steve Witkoff and the Iranian foreign minister, that this is still possible in terms of an agreement. In fact, he believes now with these strikes that there can be incentive for Iran to strike a deal to limit its nuclear program. He also says that he believes that this improves the chances. Now, we have not heard anything further, however, from the U.S. president since Iran launched its retaliatory strikes. We know the U.S. president was in the Situation Room earlier with the Secretary of Defense, as well as the chair of the Joint Chiefs, and we are not clear whether or not he has emerged from there. But given the fact that the U.S. president has been so quiet on social media for many hours now, it tells us that the president is still in a secure location.
Kimberly,
what makes Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadilla so giant? Crispy fingers, sauce.
Missiles being intercepted for the most part by Israel's defense system, the Iron Dome. But we have just seen an explosion in Jerusalem. We saw smoke rising and flames. We weren't sure whether that was an impact of a missile getting through the Iron Dome or shrapnel falling and hitting a building. But you can hear the sirens there in Tel Aviv once again this night, this Friday night, 24 hours after Israel initially targeted Iran. Let's just listen in to the sirens and get a sense of the atmosphere there in Tel Aviv. So once again, we are seeing Tel Aviv under attack from a barrage of missiles, which Iran has said it launched in the past few moments from Iran towards Israel. These are the skies over Tel Aviv. We earlier saw people being told to go to their shelters, and they did. We spoke to Israelis as they were in their shelters, staying there, and they didn't know how long they were going to have to stay there for. They were told about 2-3 hours ago that the all clear had been given, and we saw people emerging from the shelters with their bags, with their belongings, with their children. But once again tonight, at 22 GMT, we are seeing Israel coming under fire from a barrage of missiles from Iran. As we can see, they are being intercepted for the most part by Israel's Iron Dome system, but there do seem to be some that might have got through, or at least some shrapnel that has penetrated the Iron Dome and hit these hugely densely populated areas. Kimberly Halkett is still with us. She's joining us from Washington, D.C. We're hearing about talk of de-escalation.
All right, I mean, it looks like that was that may have been it. Go to this is just them covering the dumb protests all today. Go to
Hey.
Seems like that was it. Under rocket attack, widespread alerts across Israel. Jews now under rocket attack as seen in the few alert maps.
Himalaya.
I think that was earlier. I think that was Hunter Biden, dude.
We're hearing the sirens and
It looks like that was it, chap. I have 2 Tangent wallets and 2 Ledger Nano X wallets. No Arculus needed. Damn, Iran was supposed to be alt season. 130 sold buy order and some crazy work. Damn, dude. He said penetrated. I'm like,
to U.S. president to make sure was there. And finally, we should also tell you that according to what we've been hearing here in Washington, the U.S. Army has also employed the THAAD missile defense system, again, in an effort to try and defend Israel against the attacks, the retaliatory attacks, which we understand has been in 3 waves of missiles from Iran.
Very interesting indeed. Okay, Kimberly Halkett bringing us the latest there, reminding us that the THAAD, the US THAAD missile system, is being deployed also in Israel, as well as the Iron Dome, to help Israel defend against the latest wave of Iranian attacks, which we've just seen exploding over the skies of Tel Aviv and of Jerusalem in Israel. Now, the UN Security Council has been meeting to discuss Israel's strikes on Iran, and the Director General of the UN's nuclear agency told members of the Security Council that the above-ground pilot enrichment plant at Iran's Natanz nuclear site.
yeah, they're just repeating themselves at this point. See, any thoughts on Virtual Bacon's view on new IPO listings moved to the crypto pace? Yeah, I mean, IPO is going to be pretty huge. I don't know. I haven't seen his actual take on what IPO, if they're going to replace alt season, but I think a lot of your IPOs are going to crush it. Even the OG crypto face is waiting for some movement. Yeah, we're just all waiting. We're all waiting. We might not get it through this weekend though. It's now Friday and we're after markets, guys, and we expect volume to die down. It's probably going to be waiting on until Monday to see what happens over the weekend with Israel and what do you call it? And spacing out on Iran here for you guys. But that's what I got for you guys here today, guys. I don't have much more. We're going to just stay tuned with everything that's happening out and breaking through. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, I got to get home, get some food, get some dinner, and start off my day here. Well, not start my day, but go run some errands for the wife and everything here. I will go live again, guys, if there's like crazy breaking stuff, like nukes go off or anything like that. But honestly, I'm anticipating just kind of little barrages here over the weekend here. And again, remember that it becomes daytime they still got a lot of nighttime here to take place. So just stay tuned, guys. If you're trading this week, make sure you keep limited orders open, low leverage. Don't be too crazy on anything. And right now, being stablecoin heavy is always ideal, as we can buy the dip if needed here. So we got a lot of opportunity here ahead of us, I think, guys. Matt Shank, man, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Short coin, what's up? Thank you, guys. Short the market, Josh. We did yesterday, guys. We made, guys, chat. Last night we made $5,000 together. So if you haven't already, join that Discord so you stop missing out. Also, guys, if you wanted to support me, guys, and support us on this journey, go check out FOMO.io, guys. We got a lot of really big things coming up. Just use the news website here, guys. You can go ahead, just use the like buttons, just hit likes on these things, start using it, get into the, it's all your crypto news. You can type up Ondo, XRP, any of your favorite news all in one place. Of course, we got the signals on the dashboard and the widget platform that we have been building out here that you can customize any widget stack that you guys are looking for. So, just really good for information, data points, and everything for you guys. It helps us out if you guys just leave that website open. It helps us up with the analytics. We got a lot of things that we're building out here. And it's good to just get feedback on you guys. So that is FOMO.io/news, completely free. It is $9 to sign up for the widget dashboard. That is literally it. Super cheap, super efficient, helps you guys trade better, and hopefully make better decisions here. Bitcoin now pumping just a little bit. And of course, the purple lines here, support resistance, guys. It's just, we're trying to make trading as easy as possible for all of you guys as we navigate these markets. So thank you guys for watching us, and hit that like button on your way out, repost. And if you haven't already, check out this ad, guys. Thank you for
We just wanted to take a quick second to shout out our sponsor, Arculus. They are a cold storage hardware wallet, helps you secure all of your digital assets for the future. Just tap this thing to the back of your phone and boom, you're in. We wouldn't be able to do this without them, but also wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, the Disco fam. You've supported us a lot over the years. If you want to support the channel now, just use the code DC20. It gets you 20% off this card. It's the #1 way you can support this channel going forward. Thank you for your support. We'll see you at the top.